Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, Honorable Governor of Sindh, Mr. Zubair, Honorable Chief Minister of Sindh, Mr. Murad Ali Shah, Honorable Ambassador of China, Mr. Yao Jing, Honorable Mayor of Karachi, Mr. Wasim, Secretary Planning, Ms. Amber Haroon, Mr. Shaukat Tareen, and Mr. Hamid Haroon, who chose not to sit on the podium but has taken the last seat but was the moving force behind this event. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to speak at CPEC Summit, organized jointly by Ministry of Planning, Development and Dawn Group. So this is a public-private partnership event. And Haroon Saab, I hope I don't get a NAB or a Supreme Court notice served why we ventured into a public-private partnership. But we are very delighted that this event shows that today Karachi is transforming. In 2013, when we came into government, Karachi was only known for the turmoil, for maybe target killings and bhattas. Today, Karachi is witnessing revival of cultural events and business summits. This is a transformation in Karachi, and I hope that this is beginning of a new journey to bring back the old glory of Karachi and to make Karachi the business leader city, not of Pakistan only, but of this region. Ladies and gentlemen, the world in which we live, the world is changing. It is transforming into a new economic reality. It is an age of knowledge revolution, innovation, and disruption. The speed of change has become the speed of electron. Dinosaurs of today become history tomorrow. Just yesterday or a couple of years ago, each one of you would have been holding a BlackBerry set. But today, BlackBerry has gone into the annals of history because it lacked the dynamism to keep pace with the change of the environment. This is how fast things are made and destroyed. Therefore, for any economy, for any country, it is important to understand the new emerging global realities. Today, this is a fast evolving world where economics is defining the future of nations. Asia is becoming the new engine of growth in the world economy. It is estimated by 2050, Asia will contribute 52% to world GDP. Within Asia, South Asia, China, Central Asia, where 3 billion people live, these are the new engines of growth. Pakistan has a great opportunity that it is located at the intersection of these 3 engines of growth. If we can create economic corridors in this region, Pakistan can become hub of trade, commerce, manufacturing, and global supply chains through this part of the world. It is in that spirit that when we developed Vision 2025, we made regional connectivity one of the 7 pillars of Vision 2025, because for 70 years, we wasted our time playing in the orbit of geopolitics. Now we made a conscious decision to move from the orbit of geopolitics to the orbit of geoeconomics, which will bring prosperity not just for us, but for the entire region. In the same spirit, when Prime Minister Li of China visited Pakistan in May 2013, in his meeting with elect Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, he discussed the idea of starting a new journey between Pakistan and China and extended him an invitation to make his first visit to China. In that spirit, in July 2013, we accompanied Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and on 5th of July, we signed a memorandum of understanding with China in Beijing to start our journey on China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. And let me say that on that date, it was only an expression, an intent of working together to carve out a new future on piece of paper. But ladies and gentlemen, within couple of years, that piece of paper became a portfolio of $46 billion on which both sides had agreement, and we have been able to energize $29 billion of investment from that portfolio till today, and remaining is in pipeline. As their formalities are completed, that will also be put into implementation. This is now the biggest flagship project of Belt and Road Initiative of Chinese leadership. Belt and Road Initiative is also a great progressive vision put forward by President Xi at a time when world economy had slowed down, at a time when developed economies were not showing demand or growth. He put forward a very transformational and progressive vision of Belt and Road Initiative. When you have no growth, it means there is no demand. So in order to produce growth, you need more demand. And if existing markets are not producing demand, you need to create new markets. And how do you create new markets? You create new markets through connectivity. This is the basic essence of Belt and Road Initiative. This huge network of corridors, connectivity, is going to bring new demand and growth in the world economy in which everyone will benefit. So Belt and Road Initiative and China-Pakistan economic corridors are not a conspiracy, are not bilateral programs. These programs have regional and global impact, and they offer opportunities for all players in the region and every player in the global economy. Pakistan, with 207 million population, one of the biggest markets in the world, about 80 million middle class, strategically located on China-Pakistan economic corridor, has an opportunity to become the key player in Belt and Road Initiative and bring prosperity for its people and for the region by developing a modern infrastructure through this initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also say, God has given us third opportunity. In past, we have dropped 2 development catches. The first catch we dropped was in 60s, when everyone said that Pakistan is the next emerging economy. 1965 war derailed us from that journey. In 1991, when government of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif introduced new economic reforms, we had second moment of opportunity. But Pakistan was thrown into perpetual political instability with 2-year tenures of governments, and Article 58 to be used ruthlessly to undermine democratic process in this country, while India borrowed our economic reforms and pursued that policy framework with consistency and stability. The result was in 2001 and 2, India overtook us. Then in 2013, Bangladesh, borrowing the same policies and following them with consistency, overtook us in 2013 in exports. So this is now the third moment for us, the third opportunity that has come to us through our most reliable and trusted friend, China, which has shown that a friend in need is friend indeed. China extended its hand towards Pakistan when no one was willing to invest even $10 in Pakistan, citing the security environment in Pakistan to be not very conducive. But China showed complete trust and said, if anyone else does not have trust in Pakistan, we have complete faith and trust in Pakistan. And in April 2015, President Xi, during his visit of Pakistan, signed MOUs worth $46 billion. And that became the headline in Wall Street Journal that China decides to invest $46 billion in Pakistan, and it brought Pakistan new identity. The world, which used to look at us as a haven for terrorist networks, in a new league of an emerging, attractive destinations for foreign investment. That gave us valuable lifeline to bring in new energy projects, new infrastructure projects, which are now becoming the backbone of Pakistan's modern economic infrastructure to put us on a fast growth trajectory. Ladies and gentlemen, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor essentially comprises of 4 pillars: Gwadar Port, energy, infrastructure, and economic zones. But it is now extended up to 2030 through a long-term plan which encompasses all socio-economic dimensions of development. From technology to social development, it is now not just a framework of projects. It is a framework for complete socio-economic development. It is a partnership for shared prosperity. And if we continue on this path, inshallah, Pakistan will become one of the top 20 economies by 2030, as Price Waterhouse Coopers has already projected Pakistan to be in that league. Let me also say that as a result of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, we are witnessing growth in our economy. It has brought valuable foreign investment. When I started my first meeting with Chinese, I was myself surprised to see that China figured 13th in foreign direct investment. In 70 years, we never saw China as an economic partner. While China was showing a miracle, no one had foresight here to develop an economic partnership with China. In 1980, per capita income of Pakistan was $300. In 1980, per capita income of China was $200. Today, China's per capita income is $8,000, and ours is $1,600. We are very happy that China has made a miraculous economic progress. But if we also had an economic foresight, we could have partnered with China to also benefit from this economic revolution. But it was only until 2013 when I must say that Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif had the foresight and the wisdom to develop a new strategic economic partnership dimension in Pakistan-China relations. As a result, today, China is #1 foreign direct investor in Pakistan. From 13th to #1 position in 3 years is a transformation in our relationship. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we get investment from China, while we have projects in partnership with China, we must also, as Ambassador of China was describing, a great transformational journey which China has undertaken. which was started by great statesman of 20th century, Mr. Deng Xiaoping, and under the leadership of President Xi is now going to newer heights. What was this major transformational experience? We ought to learn from this experience also. And as Habib Jalib said, चीन अपना यार है, इस पे जान निसार है, पर वहाँ है जो निज़ाम, उस तरफ ना जाइयो, उसको दूर से सलाम. Development cannot happen in vacuum. Development does not happen without an ecosystem. The success of China lies, it developed an ecosystem based on a combination of 4 factors: peace, stability, development, and reform. Unless these 4 pillars become a platform for any nation to move forward its development ambition, that development ambition cannot turn into reality. If we will not ensure political stability, if we will not ensure peace and solidarity in our country, best of the best plans and the best of the best intentions will fail. So we must preserve our political stability and peace at all costs to have that ecosystem that will help us realize the harvest of the effort that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is making. And the signs are visible. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the average of last 5 years, and compare this with the average of previous 5 years, you will see that Pakistan, alhamdulillah, is today on a trajectory of growth. From 2008 to 2012-13, our average GDP growth rate was 3%. From 2013 to 2018, the average growth rate is 5%. It is 5.8% this year, which is highest in last 13 years. The growth of industry on average in last 5 years has risen to 5.13% compared to 1.2% in the previous 5 years. The large-scale manufacturing is 4.15% compared to 0.32% in the previous 5 years. The credit takeoff for the private sector is about over 450 billion rupees annually compared to less than 100 billion rupees in the previous 5 years. PSDP development budget has risen from 300 billion rupees to over 1,000 billion rupees. And therefore you find that this network of roads, infrastructure is happening all over the country. Today, Gwadar to Quetta, again give you one example. Road has reduced the journey from 2 days to 8 hours. The life of people from Gwadar to Turbat to Panjgur, Sarab, Kalat, Quetta in the whole axis is undergoing a transformational change. The road from Gwadar to Khuzdar, Ratodero, Sakar is bringing revolution in the life of the southern Balochistan. Similarly, CPEC is a flagship which will bring inclusive development. We have a project from Mirpur to Muzaffarabad to Mansehra that will connect the northwestern part of Pakistan with the main artery of CPEC, Karakoram Highway. Then we have a project from Gilgit, Chitral to Chakdara that will connect the west northern part of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa with the main artery of CPEC. In Balochistan, Naukundi Panjgur Road will connect West Balochistan with CPEC. In Sindh, we have a transformation happening in Thar, where we had coal deposits worth billions of dollars with greater energy value than Iran and Saudi Arabia oil, which remained untapped for lack of financing, and CPEC arranged that financing for this project, and Chief Minister Mr. Murad Ali Shah had been part of all the CPEC meetings to work together with federal government as a team. And that shows that if we work in unity, if we work together, how much we can achieve. And today there is a transformation taking place in Thar, and that is coal deposit for us to produce energy for next 400 years. Similarly, Karachi Circular Railway project is now part of the CPEC, and very soon it will also materialize to solve transport problem of Karachi. KT Bandar project has also been included in CPEC to again address a major demand of Sindh province. In Balochistan, Gwadar port will become one of the most modern port cities in Asia and will have transformational impact on development of entire Balochistan. Similarly, Gilgit-Baltistan today has access to fiber optic cable that will bring them connectivity as good as connectivity in Karachi and Islamabad, and there will be software parks in Gilgit-Baltistan. Azad Kashmir will have great benefit with the new highway Mirpur-Muzaffarabad. So CPEC brings opportunities for every region of Pakistan. And let me conclude that we have to understand that there are lobbies which are not happy with CPEC, and they keep spinning disinformation. CPEC is not a debt trap. CPEC has 75% of investment in IPP mode. All energy investment is private investment, not a single dollar of loan to Pakistan. So there is no debt trap in CPEC. 11 billion infrastructure loan is at about 2% payable in 20 to 25 years. It is the softest loan any country can get from anywhere in the world. So it is not a debt trap. It is a partnership for prosperity of Pakistan. It is a helping hand from our most brotherly, trusted country that has shown that it has stood with Pakistan in another time of need. Some say China will become East India Company. They have not read history. In 3,000 years of history of China, never under any dynasty, China has occupied a single inch of foreign territory compared to every other global power that has done imperialism in history. So China seeks partnership. China seeks to bring fruits of development and share fruits of development with all other countries. And lastly, there is nothing to fear for Pakistani businesses. This is again a propaganda. Actually, the 9 special economic zones will bring tremendous opportunities for Pakistani businessmen to partner with Chinese companies, to attract Chinese investment in Pakistan. There are 85 million jobs, ladies and gentlemen, ready for relocation to other countries because of the rise in wages in China. These 85 million jobs, if we fail to attract a share, will go to Vietnam, will go to Cambodia, will go to Myanmar, will go to Ethiopia. They are ready to go. It is for us, for the enterprise and entrepreneurship of our people, that they must go out and attract and partner with Chinese enterprises to bring their investment and technology in Pakistan so that we can create jobs for our young population. So let me in the end once again thank the Dawn Group. The Dawn Group has really provided a platform to bring Chinese guests, businessmen and Pakistani businessmen and experts to meet. I hope both sides will take advantage of this opportunity and work new projects, because the future of CPEC is not in government-to-government cooperation, it is in business-to-business cooperation. So I hope that I'm also grateful to the Chinese businessmen who have traveled from China to participate in this event, and I look forward to their meaningful meetings with Pakistani businessmen, and we will together translate this great project as the biggest testimony of friendship in 21st century and the print on history of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor will always be there like the Great Wall of China. And let us reject the Socrates and Bucrates who sit in the evening on the talk shows and only tell us how everything is bad. Pakistan is not sinking, Pakistan is rising. Pakistan is now moving forward, and CPEC is the driver of rising Pakistan. And let us all commit that by working harder, working better, and working smarter, we will put this country in the top 25 economies of the world by 2025. Long live China-Pakistan friendship.